Ian Hanson here at Coolangatta Beach, one of the major transition points for the Open Men and the teams events for this year's Coolangatta Gold. An amazing outlook down here at Coolangatta, but when you're an athlete and you've just paddled 20 odd kilometres from Kurrawa, you have to run past me here, dive in the water and then swim and run and paddle your board and then run again back up to Kurrawa. That will take the elite athletes around 4 hours and others 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, as long as it takes to get them from Kurrawa to Coolangatta and back. The girls, they get it a bit easier. They come into Currumbin and they've got a 30-kilometre round trip back up to Kurrawa before they finish their race. You're going to hear from some of the athletes that have really dominated this race in recent years. Kane Eckstein, Hayley Bader, Liz Plumers, Courtney Hancock and Corey Hill will tell us what it's like to prepare for the Coolangatta Gold and what it's like to have their goals and reach those goals for this year's event. So enjoy the morning's activities and let's hear from some of our athletes as they prepare for the 2011 Coolangatta Gold.
The goal for this season is always to end up on the podium, but to end up on the top of the podium would probably be really nice. It's the Coolangatta Gold, it's all tough, but definitely running over North Burleigh Hill and seeing the Q1 at the end, knowing you have to get back there, that's definitely the mental toughness of it. This year I've actually really committed to the race, so I've done all the training, gone through a few injuries, but I guess that's part of the par, but sort of everything's gone into it, the long training sessions, the long runs, the long ski paddles, and just putting it all together on the day is what's going to happen. Definitely eating the wrong foods again, sort of the chocolate, the lollies, the Tim Tams, getting those in will be the best part.
Set myself a goal of finishing on the podium again. What place that is, I really wouldn't mind. If I got second again, I'd be overly happy. It was such an achievement for myself last season and I think I'd be really happy with that again. For myself, it's just trying to hang on as long as I can, I guess. Like the ski leg's probably my best leg at the moment, so to come off the ski, I've really been in that front pack and sort of hang on as long as I can in the swim and then finish at home strongly in the board and run. Well, this season my training's been a little bit different, I guess, just due to the fact that we had the train trials like last weekend, so I had to do a lot of shorter, sharper stuff, but you still had to be quite fit for the 40-minute races. In the next couple of weeks, I've just got to be fresh and make sure that I've got the endurance to finish up on the podium, I guess. Definitely a beer with my mates. End up going up to the club and having a couple too many probably, but yeah, we'll see how that goes this season and hopefully we've got something to celebrate.
Look, honestly, at the moment, the next 3 weeks, we've got 2 weeks of really hard training to go and then a week of really refreshing myself up and getting to that line and then taking it everything as it comes. So there's not really an end goal that I have at the moment. I really just take everything as it comes. Things that come along the way of the race that you have to deal with. You can have a plan going into the race, but more than 100% that'll never fully go through. There's things that come across, whether you get hit by a wave, whether you might drop off a wash or this and that, you might fall over and something might happen, you can't find your board. There's so many things that can happen like that and you really just have to take everything as it comes. The Coolangatta Gold is a very gruelling race and I think anyone who's done it will know exactly what I'm talking about. Definitely I think through the preparation of the Coolangatta Gold you go through blocks where you think, oh, why am I doing this? Oh, you know, I don't feel like going to train, I don't feel like waking up going to swimming. You go through times like that, but so yeah, that is really tough, but you really just have to keep on pushing through and really think of race day. I think I always like to go out and have a good night. But yeah, I think generally over the block of training, I'm not too hard on myself. I still have ice cream on the weekend. I still have a Mars bar chocolate every now and then. So really, I guess I really look forward to going out.
This kind of race, I mean, I love it. I always race to win, so I can't go into this race thinking that I want to come second or third. It's just not in my nature, and you know, there's only me and Alicia Marriott on the trophy at this stage, and I want to keep it that way. And I know Courtney and Elizabeth would like to change that, and you know, they've been trying now for 6 years or so to get their name on there. So it shows how much they want it because they're back every year trying. So yeah, I definitely hope it's me again. I don't know if there really is a toughest part. When you actually win this race and everything's going right, you know, there isn't really anywhere you can really pinpoint because you just feel so good and everything goes to plan. But I guess it'd have to be the last run leg, and you know, if like the last year when I came second, I had to chase from pretty far back, so you know, that was quite tough. I couldn't just enjoy it. But the year before, I got to enjoy the run and watch the helicopter go over, and you know, I just lapped it up. But the last year I had to actually, you know, have a good run leg and just to kind of catch up a bit. Yeah, the training's always tough, and it's something that I enjoy. I love what I do. I love getting up early and going training. It's, you know, it's not, I don't find it a chore. And yeah, things were different this year. I couldn't do a lot of work early days on the ski, and but then the last few weeks I've really been able to step it up, and I've just seen like massive improvements every session. So, you know, like it's 3 weeks ago I was thinking, oh God, the Coolangatta Gold's coming up so quick, but now I'm ready. I think the last 2 years ago I ended up having an early night because of blisters on my feet, but yeah, no, I'll definitely be partying with everyone at Kurrawa Surf Club, and then have a bit of a week off and have a nice holiday somewhere. Normally I go to Bali, but I might just have a holiday on the coast this year and just put my feet up and enjoy myself for a bit.
The goals are, first of all, to win the Coolangatta Gold again, try and get 5. I think 5 sounds pretty good, sounds a lot better than 4, so that's the first goal. Compete for Kurrawa Surf Life Saving Club at the Queensland and Australian titles, compete in the teams and stuff like that, and try and you know, go better. I got 3rd in the Ironman last year, which is a good finisher to the season, so hopefully you know, give me older brother a bit of a run for his money in that and finish the year off strong. That'd be great. It definitely changes every year. You know, it's a hard sport because it's not just like triathlon where it's all sort of lower body and your legs get sort of suited to just doing the work. So we're, you know, using the upper body for a couple of hours, you know, in the ski and the swim, and then we're running for 15 minutes. Then the arms sort of go like jelly because they're not going to use. Then we have to board paddle 5.5 k's, so your arms sort of get sore. Then you're jumping off and you're running and your arms are locking up and stuff like that. So, you know, each year it's definitely different. Last year I felt really good, you know, definitely in the swim, but a few other years, you know, the swim's been a bit of a challenge sort of thing. But so you never know how you're going to feel. It's just take it as it comes, and just, you know, try and make the overall time as quick as possible. You know, I enjoy it. I train a lot on my own, so I sort of go on my own sort of hours, and I'm more of just a grinder away for, you know, an hour and a half in the afternoon or 2 hours in the morning or something like that by myself. I don't mind that. So it suits this race, especially if you're on your own or you're working with another guy. So, you know, it consists of, you know, maybe 4 swimming sessions. I try and do double sessions in the morning, so either a run after swimming or a gym after the pool, and then, you know, paddling in the afternoon. And you know, we'll do that Monday to Friday, and then Saturday will just be a big Ironman session from 2 hours to 4 hours sort of thing, depending on, you know, how many weeks away from the event you are. Oh yeah, it's just a relief always after. You know, I've had a bit of pressure on me the last few years being the reigning champion and stuff like that. A lot of people sort of expect me to win now, and you know, I know that's never going to happen. Once we're on the line, I've got the exact same chance of winning as everyone else. It's up to me to sort of do the work for the next 4 hours and get myself across the line in the finish line. I suppose that's the best thing, that I know that, and but once it's sort of done, it's just relief that it's all over, and you're sort of looking forward to not having to do hour runs after swimming and stuff. You can sort of shorten that up a bit, and, you know, take down the training time a little, and look forward to the, you know, the shorter style events for the summer.
And let your hair down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to go over to Hong Kong and Singapore and have a few buffet breakfasts and stuff like that, and then come back and get back into gear, and it'll be, you know, a lot lighter in the morning and stuff, so that'll be awesome.
Well, there you have it. You've heard it from the best of the best, how they've prepared and what they're looking forward to after the race, and the toughest part of this year's Coolangatta Gold. They certainly are supreme athletes, and just behind me you can probably see in the distance is where they'll end up at the end of this year's Coolangatta Gold. For the men, 46 kilometres, and the women, 30 kilometres. But these are some of the fittest athletes, not only in Australia but also in the world. And wasn't it good to see them having some fun out there in the surf? Some fun before the hard yards start on September 25 for this year's Coolangatta Gold.